Hi, it's Brandon from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the Cambered Bar Good Morning versus Chains. This is a great exercise used to build the low back, glutes, hamstrings, also more commonly known as the posterior chain, and specifically for your squat and your deadlift. So if you're a powerlifter, strongman, somebody like that, looking to improve your squat and your deadlift strength, this is a great exercise for you. You will need a cambered bar. This is a unique piece of equipment aimed at having the weights down here. This part's going to go across our back, and that provides an oscillatory effect. So it's going to drop the weights down closer towards our hip rather than having it up here, which is going to change the mechanics of the exercise. Most people, because it's closer to the hip, actually think it gets easier. However, with a good morning, you're going to find that we're going to have that weight shift out in front of us, which is actually going to make the exercise more challenging. We do have chain set up here. I have these easy loaders from Elite FTS, and I have just basically one chain on here for demonstration purposes. Personally, that's probably the best way to do it, in all honesty. You don't want to drape the chains just directly off of it. Taller people, it's not going to hit the ground, so this is honestly going to be your best bet. You could also use Elite FTS's deadlift chain loaders to set this up as well if you would like. Now, what's going to happen with this exercise is that as we go down and we go to push our hips back, the chains are going to deload into the ground, which should technically make it a little bit easier. But what I really like about this is, one, stability is going to be challenged already because of the bar, but we're also going to have a little bit of stability challenge too because the chains will move. Bands don't provide that effect, so we're going to keep that piece. However, as we go down, the chains are going to deload into the ground. It's going to make it a little bit easier down here than normal, but as we go to stand up and we drive our hips forward, we're going to continue to get load so that we can continue to feel it in our glutes and our hamstrings and even our low back. Now, when it comes to figuring out how much chain you want to add, my suggestion is going to be about between 20 and 30% of whatever you think your good morning max is. Now, you probably don't know what that is. I don't recommend testing it. Take a good estimated guess as you're warming up. Start with 1 or 2 chains on each side. And if it feels fluid and smooth, it's a good place to be. If you need to add more, you can just add more. And the nice thing about these easy loaders is it's super easy to do. So once you've got all that taken care of, what we're going to do is we're going to get to the bar like a normal squat, okay? We're going to put this on our rear delts low bar position. That's what I prefer. Some people put it up here. To me, this is not comfortable, but again, that's personal preference. But you're put it here. We're then going to unrack the weight, walk out just a little bit, okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my knees soft, feel the whole ground with my whole foot, keep my chest tall, a little bit of knee bend. I'm going to push my butt back, keep my chest as tall as I can, really bend around the hips, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my hips forward to stand tall. And then rack. So as you can see, that was challenging my stability quite a bit. I'm filling up my glutes and my hamstrings. I'm losing some chain as I go down and then drive my hips forward. Now for an exercise like this, I personally prefer about 8 to 10 reps for about 3 to 4 sets. Use this as a supplemental exercise to build your squat and your deadlift. I'm not a fan of max effort good mornings. That's just me. But I do think this is a great way to build the low back, glutes, and hamstrings for your deadlift and your squat. Again, the key coaching points for sure are maintaining a neutral spine, pushing the hips back, feeling it in the posterior chain, and really just trying to leave a little bit of reps in the tank. Don't kill yourself in an exercise like this. You definitely want to get stronger. But I know personally whenever I competed that this exercise, or pretty much any cambered bar good morning exercise, would fry me for a couple days, nervous system wise and muscular wise. You got to keep that in account for the big picture of what your training goal is and making sure you're covered from lift to lift, session to session, week to week, all that kind of stuff. So if you've got any questions about this exercise, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.